Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on the team call. It's been quite an exciting week for all of us. I think within the last 3 days, we've had 35 new coaches on the team. So, freaking give yourselves like a round of applause. Like, amazing, amazing, amazing. And it's just so much fun working with all the new coaches, seeing so many new faces on. So, if you haven't met all of the coaches on the team yet, make sure you're sending the friend requests, becoming friends with each other, like love on each other. If you see a post, like root each other on. That's what having this amazing team is all about, is that you get the support from all of us. Even though half of us, I mean, probably more than half of us haven't even met, but use the support of everybody that we have on here. This is our strength. This is our power, that we have all of these amazing ladies that have been successful, that we all can absolutely lean on. So there's so much new and exciting things. If you feel like you might be a little bit overwhelmed, just take a deep breath. You're going to see these things a million times, over and over and over. And it's going to start to be like, now I know what they mean by BOD groups or mixed berry energized. So, some announcements. If you didn't watch Super Saturday, here's a recap. So, thank you to Mallory for doing that little pick for us. So, I'm going to make sure we're in the chat. We're good. Yes, thank you, Mallory. BOD groups, that will be April 26th, where we'll be able to access and open up a BOD group. There is a training on it. It is in your Coach Online office. Just do the search option, search BOD groups, and a bunch of fun stuff will pop up. I'm waiting until the 26th to actually watch the training and do it at the same time. So I'm not like watching it a million times, until we can actually use it. But if you have the My Challenge Tracker app, it will automatically like kind of convert right into BOD group. So if you have a group going on there now, it's just going to automatically sync into there. Mixed Berry Energize will be available May 18th, May 27th, France pre-launch. So what it means is they couldn't get Shakeology, I guess, approved by their government yet. So they're going to have like workouts for France. They're going to be able to do like Recover and Energize there. And then I think Shakeology will be in France like a month later. So that's why they call it a pre-launch. June 23rd, salted caramel, that is going to sell out quickly. Really all I'm doing for that is getting myself a bunch of boxes and telling my customers about it. Like my current customers. So all of this stuff that you're like, how am I supposed to like share this with people? Just share it with the people that you're working with now. And then as we get closer to May and June and July, like then we can start ramping it up, right? And it's never too late to ever kind of like launch this stuff, right? Like it's not like Mixed Berry Energizes is going to go away after May 18th. It's still going to be around. Same thing with France. France will still be there. So by May 28th, if you don't have a French coach, you're okay. Like you'll be fine. We have a lot of awesome training coming up. So we are in the last 4 days or 3 days of our Coach Basics that started last week. But don't worry, we have a lot of new coaches hopping on. So we have a new Coach Basics starting April 27th. So that's next Monday. Me and Leah will be running that one. You need to have your Getting Started Right call with your upline. What is that? That is a one-on-one call with your upline. So if you didn't have that call yet, make sure you reach out to your coach by Monday if you want to get into that April 27th new coach training. Then we are going to have all these little mini trainings in the coach team page. So it's not going to be a new group, but we wanted to give you guys some continual like mini trainings so that you can just remember that there are so many different avenues in this business. And we have so many amazing coaches and leaders that are going to give you guys so much good information to first week, next week, about your mindset, And then how to story tell and posting. Because Coach Basics is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's 5 days though. You can't learn this business in 5 days. And guess what, guys? You can't learn this business in 7 years. It's constantly evolving. You constantly have to work on yourself. So that's why we're going to have all these little mini trainings. So just keep your eyes out for that. And we're going to be doing Coach Basics every other Monday. So April 27th and then May 11th will be in another one. So if you're like, oh my God, I think I might have a new coach for next week, it might be too late. Don't worry. We're always going to have a new Coach Basics every other Monday so that you can plug your people into. We're still doing the live Zoom workouts, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. This picture is the cover photo for our team page. So you can just click on that and it will give you the Zoom workout links for 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And you can always invite new people to that. Just sign them up with the 14-day free trial, or they can get a challenge pack and then have Beachbody on demand for a year. And I think I'm done with announcements. I know it's like so much, but all this stuff is in the team page. So be sure to check it out. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to throw it off to our speaker for tonight. Ashley, we have a lot of new people on tonight. So maybe start off with kind of just talking a little bit about you and then just hit the floor running.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here, but I'm so nervous too. These things make me so nervous. Okay. My name is Ashley LaFrance. I've been coaching for almost 3 years come June. I started off because I wanted to lose weight and then it just evolved into something so much bigger. I have 2 kids. I have a 9-month-old and a 3.5-year-old little boy in my life. And I have a husband. So it's like my bigger kid. And if I didn't have coaching, I would go insane. I would go absolutely nuts. So that's a little bit about me. I could talk forever. I am a chatty Cathy. I am your extrovert. I am not your introvert. So tonight, I knew we had a lot of new coaches because I have a lot of new coaches on this call. I didn't want to go, I think I always hear these calls and I didn't want to throw a lot of information at you because I know when I get so much information, then I just don't do anything with it, right? So I wanted to start off by saying, don't overwhelm yourself. As Rose said, she's been doing this for 7 years and we're all still learning every single day. There's always something new, a new way to do it. So don't overwhelm yourself. The tips I give you, take 1 or 2 and apply them. And once you've mastered them, maybe take another 2 and apply them. I always tell my coaches, like, take it 1 day at a time. Take a Monday, add something else to your list. Take a Tuesday, add something. So I wanted to say that. Don't quit. Do not quit. Lisa posted in the April kickoff for the new coaches. You know, Susie told you did an MLM, shame on you. So you're just not going to do it anymore. Well, Susie doesn't run your life. Okay. Susie is not it was the mean girl in high school. She doesn't run your life. So don't quit. Give it a chance. I also wanted to say, we heard at one of our Super Saturdays that the pendulum swings both ways. I've had shitty months. I may curse a lot. I hope that's okay with all of you, but that's just me. The pendulum will go really good 1 month and then it's going to go back really crappy. And then it's going to go really good 1 month. So when you have a really bad month, it's okay. It happens to all of us. This month for me, the stars aligned and it's just been a kick-ass month. Who says what next month's going to be like? So it goes both ways and you just have to go roll with the punches. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about after, because I've got so many thoughts, but then Super Saturday came and the top 10 gave their top 10 business tips if everybody heard them. And they were the most vague things ever. Like, they're like, rally with your team. Yeah, no shit. They were like, what'd they say? Have a vision, commit and get results. Yeah, duh. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take their top 10 and maybe elaborate a little bit and give you a little bit more of my tips that I feel like have been helping me. So they're in a little bit of a specific order I tried to make, but in no specific order. All right. So my number 10 top tip. And I wanted to say, I checked that you can write questions in the chat. I will check them. I'm happy to answer them, even if it's offline. So my first tip is adding new friends. Everybody says they've got a cold market. I call BS. There are a lot of people out there. Your friends and family, if you're a new coach, reach out to them. You can hit Emerald supposedly in an hour, and you absolutely can. But if you need new friends, use the groups that are available to you. I happen to be a mom. And if you're not a mom, that's okay. There's a lot of other groups out there. Find something that appeals to you. If you guys ever seen that commercial where they take I don't even know what those little things are, the kazooks or something like that. And there's a Facebook group for everyone. Find your Facebook group. And if somebody invites you to a Facebook group and it's not like another like network marketing, get into it and add those people as friends. All those people that are in there could be new clients, new customers of yours. And I get it. It's so scary to add people as friends because God forbid Mary goes, excuse me, how do we know each other as a friend? So ignore her, ghost her, just like people ghost us all the time. Who cares what she thinks? However, what I always tell myself is, and Lisa said this when she says, don't be a bitch, hit send, and we'll talk about that. That was like one of the first things I ever heard. Don't be a bitch. Friend request them. You never know how that one friend request could change their life. Let Mary tell you that what you have to offer isn't for her. But now you've got all these new eyes on your story. So maybe your friends and family aren't on board right away. But now you've got all these new friends from your mom groups or your ukulele groups or whatever else, your coffee groups, whatever you enjoy. Find those people and friend them. There are hundreds and thousands of people on Facebook. Go find a new friend. You don't have to go message them right away. Just see if they start watching your stories. Start having a conversation with them. Which actually brings me to my next point. Mindless scrolling. So now you've got all these new friends or your friends and family. I mindless scroll the time. Go to your stories, go to these people's posts and comment, like on it, start a conversation. If you don't want to do cold messaging, that's totally fine. You don't have to. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But if I go to their stories and I authentically, I'm like, oh, he's gotten so big, or that's really cute, where'd you get it? Now you're starting a conversation with these new people or even friends that you've already had for years. Now when you go invite them to a group, it's not as icky. So take those new friends and when you're mindlessly scrolling at night and do something with it. Be productive with it. That technically is working. That is working your business. My number 9 top tip is using this community. We have a badass community. We have some badass leaders on here. Our Zoom calls in 6 and 7 are awesome. If you can't make them, that's okay. Start your own. I know we have a new coach, Teresa. She started her own. Maybe the early mornings don't work for you. Maybe it's more the evenings. I know she made a poll and people commented, start your own Zoom. It's very easy. If you don't know how to do it, ask your upline. That's what we're here for. Use your upline for transformation pictures. Share if you don't know how to. I'm sure your upline knows. But share our groups. You can take a screenshot of your challenge group and you can circle on it how many people are in that. Show our community off to people. Take a picture of this and be like, how awesome is this? I joined this coaching opportunity, and look at all these women that are on at 8:30 at night that have children and work full time, and they're still on this because they love what they do. You can make such a simple post out of this and why you enjoy it, but make it authentic. Why do you truly enjoy this community, and make some type of post about it. Also sharing accomplishments. Every Thursday is rank advancement day. If my coaches have a rank advancement, if I do, girl, go ahead, take it, share about it. I know we all don't care. I share people all the time. We're one big happy team. Share everyone's accomplishments. Use our community to your advantage. I have a planner, and on Thursdays, that's my coach post day. Like that's when I go all in on all my coach posts. Number 8 kind of goes with that. Talk about coaching like you talk about fitness. And I just kind of got into this after 3 years. I truly didn't believe, well, I go back and forth. Like I said, the pendulum goes back and forth. Talk about coaching the way you talk about fitness. If you don't talk about the coaching opportunity, no one's going to know. All they're going to know is about the fitness opportunity when there's a whole nother side to it. The coach talked yesterday on the National Wake Up Call about the $50 referral fee. Hey girl, you just joined me. What about joining? Do you think you have a friend that would join you? You can make $50 and get some of your challenge pack paid for. Talk about the coaching opportunity just like you talk about the fitness opportunity. It doesn't have to be every single day. Make one day a week that day that you're going to talk about coaching. Something that's really, I feel like, helping me is, like I said, I'm an extrovert. I like to share. That is one of the hardest things, I think, with this business. My number 7 is be yourself, be real, and have fun. I think one of the things that I love about what I watch on coaches is when they're having fun. If you are Debbie Downer and you are just talking, I'm probably going to scroll on through. But if you're having fun and you're dancing and you're doing something and you're positive, especially with what's going on right now, be that positive light for people. There's so much negative. If you're having fun on your stories or fun in your posts, showing our community, people are going to continue to come back to your stories and your posts because they need that in their lives. So some ways you can do it, like I do an Energize, like I talk about my Energize and how much I love it. A lot of us drink that. It could be as simple as that. If you're not comfortable talking, you could just do a picture of your Energize and put music to it. It's just something different that people come to. I've had some people tell me that I'm the first person that as soon as they wake up in the morning, I'm the first person they go to for stories. I'm the first person that they wake up to. And I'm like, that's really interesting. So whatever I'm doing is working. It's just being fun and light, but also being real. As much as I want to be like positive, my daughter still doesn't sleep. So I share about that. That's what's going on in my life. Share what's going on in your life because they want to relate to you. And that's actually one of my other tips is when you're being real and you're being yourself and people can relate to you, now they're going to see themselves in your story. We share our stories a lot. And I didn't want to talk about Instagram because I know Kayla's coming on in a couple of weeks to talk about Instagram. I love Instagram. I just use it for what it is. I'm not fancy with it. I forget where I was going with this. Shit. Being real. I had something with it. Shit, what was I saying, Rose? I'm going to put you on the spot. Oh, the story. I got it. I remember what I was going to say. Your story. As much as it's our story, it's actually more their story. And Kayla said that the other day. I'm in one of her groups. As much as it's our story, it's actually their story. They want to see themselves. So instead of using words like me all the time, use words like us and you. They want to see themselves in that picture with you, right? If you talk about things that are all about you, they're not going to see themselves doing what you're doing. So when you're inviting, use more words like we can do this, join us, stuff like talk about, she said, be really specific, like pant sizes, like how many of you have bins full of clothes that you wish you could fit back into? I have a ton of bins that I'm just like waiting to get back into. That could be a post. Or those shorts that you're just dying to get into this summer. Or in the fall, boots, maybe they don't fit around your calves. Other people can relate to that. Use things that are very specific so that others can see themselves in what you're doing. My number 6, and this is going to be very cliche, is invite to challenge groups and coaching. And somebody asked me in our coach in Team Arise, how do you invite without always just putting, I think it was Amber, a call to action that's a fitness, like message me or drop a, whatever. A call to action doesn't always have to be on a fitness post. You can do an engagement post and have people comment on that engagement post. For example, I wrote on today, midday, my engagement post, I said, I need to figure out, I'm sick of cleaning my daughter's high chair. Does anybody suggest any plates that stick to? 65 comments on it. Every single one of those people, I can now start a conversation with. It has nothing to do with fitness, but now we're going to start a conversation. So when I do want to invite them to a challenge group, it's not as icky. I hope that that helps a lot of people with not always doing a call to action that has to deal with fitness. But you should always be inviting every single day, even if you don't have, like, it's not like May 1st and we have a challenge group, but you're already doing a program. We have ongoing groups. There's always something to invite to. Mary might not be ready to commit on May 1st, but hell, May 15th, she may have gotten a stimulus check and girl is ready to go. So continue to invite people. You never know when it's that right time for them. And always invite people. The best people I find for the coaching is your current challengers. Invite them. Hey, I've got a coach sneak peek. I know you've been loving, 80-day obsession or 21-day fix. I wanted to invite you to this coach sneak peek. Check out what we're doing. It might be something, since you're loving the group, it might be something that you can, use in your everyday life. The next number 5 tip is bringing benefits and value. Sales 101, as much as we say this isn't a sale, is showing benefits and value. And I think Rose said this the other day in the team page. Rattling, I do it, and I do this all the time, but rattling off, it's 6 days a week for 6 weeks for 30 minutes a day. That's great. It's nice to share that information, but how is that going to benefit your customer? Bring value to them. How is that going to benefit? This could benefit you because, or how does this benefit you in your life? Well, I've got 2 small kids that like to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So 30 minutes a day to take care of me time, it works for me. Or how is this benefiting you? And you can make notes and then you can make posts out of them. So another thing of value, I know Kristen's been doing this and Mallory's been doing this, is I know she's got like her Sunday, what do you do on Sunday? Like her Sunday food for Kristen. She shows like meal prepping. Lisa does this, but bring them value, share a recipe. But you could do this in like your stories. You can be like, hey, I have this awesome recipe. Does anybody want it? And you could have them do like a question like, yes, I would totally love that. Or do, drop your email for it. Now you've engaged them, you show value to them. You're not just the fitness girl that said, oh, it's 6 days a week for 30 minutes a day. You're giving them more to make them come back. So how is it going to benefit them? What is the value that you're showing them? Do I do this 100%? Absolutely not. You'll see me rattle off, what the program is. I do want them to see that, but I also want to be more than that. My number 4 tip is doing your vital behaviors. If all else and nothing, if you can't add friends, if you can't be on a Zoom call, if you can't, well, you should be inviting. If you can't be having fun, at least be doing your vital behaviors. I would say that is a non-negotiable. That is a minimum. If you can't do anything else, you're just so busy, like nothing else is going to happen. You should always be a product of the product. For you, at least, be a product of the product. You should always be taking time to invite. Hell, if it's one person, invite one person. That's better than 0 people. You should be recognizing 1 day a week. Like I said, like a Wednesday, recognition. Is it a transformation picture? Is it a rank advancement picture? Is it a financial? Is it emotional? A mindset? Whatever it is, recognize. And as a team, we're here to help you with those recognitions, whatever it may be. And then personal development. I hate personal development. I was never into it. That shit is a game changer. And that is what changed me my last month, because I started reading my book again. This is the book that I've been reading. Yes, we've had so many transformations, and as much as they should need to be as recent as possible, you can do, like I did a transformation Tuesday today, and I just took pictures and I was like, congratulations to this person. This is awesome. And, they're just transformations. The reason is, and it's my number 1 tip, which we'll get to, but do the vital behaviors every single day. That should be a non-negotiable. To build your business, if you do them, it will eventually start to grow. My number 3 tip, Danielle Natoni says this all the time. If you've got any superpower, it's consistency. Every day, show up on your Facebook, show up on your Instagram, at least one post a day, and show up on your stories. Stories should be a third fitness, maybe like, and most of your life. The reason is, again, people want to see how you make this all work in your everyday life. So consistency, even if it's a hard day. Yes, show up every single day. And there's so many reasons I could tell you to show up consistently, because if you're showing up and all of a sudden, you know, she's ready and she's been watching you and watching and watching you, she's going to come to you, because it's going to be a really shitty day when she goes to someone else and you're like, damn, you know, we've been talking and I, you know, you're my friend, but she's been seeing someone else show up. She's like, well, you know, I related more to her because you didn't show up every single day. Show up every single day for yourself, for your coaches, and for your challengers, and then for new people. That's why I show up. Jess always asks me, she's sorry, Jess, to put you on the spot. She's like, why don't our coaches answer me? I'm like, I don't answer you, but I see you every single day showing up on your Instagram, on your posts, doing your workouts, and that motivates me. Maybe I didn't have the time to answer her, but I see her and it motivates me. So show up for your coaches, your challengers, and then for new people to see you. For as far as posts, I know this is always a question. I say you should at least post once a day. Rose posts once a day. I post 3 times a day on my Facebook. It is up to you and what works best for you. I post in the morning because I like to post my workouts. Now, I probably get 1 or 2 likes on them. I just like them. That's what I do. Midday, I post an engagement post. I get the most comments, likes on engagement posts. It has usually nothing to do with fitness. Like today was about plates, about my kids. Or like one day I asked, how many times do people take showers? Honestly, it's just whatever's comes to my head that day or whatever's going on. And you know what I do? I have a notes page in my phone. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good one. Erica's been posting memes. They're cracking me up. Post a funny meme, lighten people's day, be the positivity in their life. But an engagement post is great. If that's the only post you make, that's fine. It doesn't always have to be fitness related. That engagement post is starting conversations. People are coming back to you. Now you're going to be the first one on their Facebook. Now they're going to watch your stories. Number 2 tip is your mindset. And you may have probably thought that I was going to say that was the number 1 tip. I actually wanted to change my team name to this quote because I feel it so much. If you don't believe it, you're not going to achieve it. If you do not believe this business or these programs really work, you are not going to invite someone authentically. It's going to come off icky. You're going to feel icky. If you truly believe it, it will come off authentically. I always say this. If you're just always use a restaurant, I use makeup products. If you're, hey girl, I got this lipstick. It's awesome. You should do it. Well, now Ulta just made a commission off of you and income off of you because you're not going to go to Ulta, whoever, and buy that lipstick. It is the same exact thing. If you separate business from the product and what it actually is, you will be so successful. Yes, we make an income. Yes, we make a commission, but we don't work for free. We have a service, and that's why Beachbody's been around so much, because we provide a service. If you truly feel it, it will come off. If you don't, then it's not going to come off that way. The other thing that's happened over this past month with quarantine, I have to say it's really helped my business. I accepted that I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I guess I really didn't believe it before because my son was going to school so much, but I accepted that I'm a stay-at-home mom. But I also told myself my job is just as important as my husband's job. And I know not everybody on here is a stay-at-home mom, but I realized that like I need to put the time in, whether it's 9 o'clock at night. When I'm on my phone, it's me working just like him on his computer. I finally came to that realization, like my job is just as important as his is. And that was a huge game changer to building the last couple months. And my final tip, my number one tip, if all else fails, if you can't do any of this, go choose a program and go get ripped. Chelsea Pearson said, if you can't do anything, go get ripped. People want to see it works, plain and simple. Sometimes people could care less about the mindset. Some people, don't want to be fun. I don't know. Go get ripped. People want to see it works, right? People talk about, I want to lose weight. Well, I just lost 40 pounds. Oh yeah, how'd you do that? I want to join whatever you just did, right? Like they could be simple as that. Stop the wine, stop the snacking. If you want to build this business, choose a program and go get ripped. All right. 80-Day Obsession Group is coming. If you want to get ripped, that's a great program to do. I highly recommend it. But that is my number one tip is go get ripped. So that's what I have for you. I do have a couple extra tips or things that I think have helped me. I know Tara and I were on a call the other day on a power hour, and she was like, oh yeah, I write every single person down that I message. I do not. If I do some cold messaging to like 20 people or something like that, I do not write anybody down until we start having a conversation about Beachbody. If we're just having a conversation about our kids, they're cute, I don't write them down until we start having a conversation about Beachbody. I don't have time to go through every Joe Schmo and it not really have a conversation. I'd rather talk to people who are really interested in what I'm talking about. And I always get asked about social media. I guess my one thing is I always think about myself. If I'm scrolling through, I don't want people to just scroll through me. Sometimes too much talking, people just keep scrolling. Less is more. That's a tip. Less is more. I get more views on my social media if I don't do as many stories, but yet I talk a lot. So I've got a lot of stories. It is what it is. I like it. That's who I am. I'm true to myself. So I just do what I like, but I notice the less amount of stories, the more views I get. So less is more. Also writing on your stories. I am not going to sit there and probably read the whole thing. So I'll probably read the little bit and then I'm clicking. What do you do? Think about what do you do? Do you sit there and do you read the entire thing of what they have to say? If you do, great. I don't. I click through. So I don't want a lot of wording on mine. However, you should have words on every single one of your stories. A lot of people don't listen to them. They have them on mute. So write what you're saying, a quick little blurb so that they can read it. I'm not fancy on social media. Like I asked the other day about what do I use? Like people use on Instagram. I just use Instagram. I use their polls. I use what Instagram provides. I'm not techie. I'm not fancy. My highlights look awful. I know Mallory hates that. I use what Instagram has, and I tell a story to keep them coming back. Like today I talked about how I might have COVID. So let me tell you how many people are going to come back to my stories tomorrow to see what happens. And I did. I almost got tested today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I guess I always think about why people are watching me. What do they want? And you can ask people in polls, what do you want to see more of? Usually it's my kids. That's usually the most people want to see. They could care less about my fitness stuff, but they keep watching it for some odd reason. They keep on watching. And I saw somebody post today about cold messaging, why we shouldn't do it. I am not that interesting of a person. So why does that girl keep watching my stories? There's a reason. So I'm going to cold message her, whether she answers me or not, because there's a reason. Sure, if she's watching once, probably not a good person to message. But if she's watching for the last 3 years, I'm probably going to message her because there's a reason. I'm just not that interesting of a person. There's something that's bringing her back to me. So that's all I got. I know that wasn't bad. I was laying on the clock.
That's all you got. That's it.
Do you want me to do more?
I'm totally
I didn't want to overwhelm people.
No, I was being very sarcastic. Dave was in the background go Ashley, go Ashley.
Hi, Dave.
He's eating a bag of chips, I think. I hear the crinkling. I'm like, something. Yeah. So what do you girls have? Any questions you want to ask Ashley? Unmute yourselves.
I can go back through. I didn't make a PowerPoint or anything. I just made notes. So I'm happy to go back through anything.
Ashley, I have a question.
Hi.
Barbara.
Hi.
Hi. What do you mean by like how to send to a group? Like which group? Like which group are you talking about that we can invite them to?
Your upline's Lisa, right?
Yeah.
So I know Lisa has like an ongoing challenge group. I think she just moved them all to the challenge tracker. That is an ongoing group that you can invite them to. So there's always something to invite to. Most people, if you're like deadlines, so if you're using like May 4th for like 10 rounds, people like deadlines, okay, I'm going to join then. But if they don't, we've got so much to offer. And when I start talking to people, I don't even go into like, hey, let me get your email, I'm going to sign you up. I always start with, what are your goals? How much time can you commit to? How much time during the week, so that I can actually guide them to the best program that best fits them. So even if it's like May 16th and they're like, okay, I think I want to join, I'm like, hold on, let's pump the brakes. Let's see what program best fits you before we, just set you up. And then I add them into usually our ongoing group if it's not a new program. For example, like we have an ongoing group that's a constant, and then I've got 10 rounds. So if someone's going to do 10 rounds, I put them in there. And then if it's just, I guess it's a multi-program group, and we just add them in there. Did that help at all?
Yeah. Lisa, do we have a
I was
multi
going to say,
group?
Lisa could probably help you.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. But next, like we'll pretty much do our 80-day group next is what we'll be promoting.
Okay. Okay.
And then the second round of 10 rounds, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So we'll have so if I have customers that are like 80-day for me, I'll just add them into our ongoing group. And then if people want to do 80-day, I'll add them into my ongoing group and 80-day.
But you can't add them unless they add packages, correct? Or like have Beachbody?
Oh yeah, I don't add anybody until they have it. Okay. Until they purchase the package, until we've had a conversation, we found the right program for them to start with, and then they've purchased, and then I'll add them in.
Gotcha. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ash, there's a question in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I've scrolled all the way up.
No, you're good.
Do you know? Starting out, I would definitely use your upline, as Jess said, but I've done so many programs and so many nutrition programs that I'm able to help people. But if you do have a question, you can always ask your coach, your upline, or even the team page. We'll get questions all the time, like somebody's got a bad back. What's a good program for them? So you can always ask to help better guide them. That's why it's really great to ask them questions. I also like asking questions because it brings credibility. It brings a relationship. You learn about them. Sometimes eventually become like a life coach to some people just because they've shared so much with you about their health and wellness. Yeah, you can start a 3-way chat with your upline or any other questions? No?
Well, Ashley, I think you did an amazing job. And I mean, it goes to show that people are loving watching you and love this call. So thank you. Thank you. We still have the workouts 6 and 7, and we will actually keep that Saturday 9 a.m. workout. So invite a lot of people to that. I know 6 and 7 are early, but really, guys, 9 o'clock is no excuse. Everyone should be up by then, even me. So invite people to that, get people on board. Even if you're a brand new coach, you can invite somebody for a free workout. I think that's like the easiest way, especially right now, to give value. If you're hesitant about just jumping in with both feet, start, hey, let's do a free workout together. What's the harm in that, right?
I've been doing that. I've been sending the free workouts to people just to have, and they've turned to challenge backs.
Yeah. So Barb, in the share cart, I believe you can do send the 14-day free trial that they can sign up with, and then yes, you can just send them the Zoom link once they once they're set up with the free workout. Cool. All right, everyone, have a great night, and I'll post a recording once it's done. We will see you soon. Bye.